What's up, guys? It's Duke back here from SportsGamers.com, and in today's Madden 20 tip, I'm going to break down one of the best offensive schemes in the entire game that's easily going to allow you guys to both run the ball and pass the ball with great effectiveness. This offense is very easy to use, and you can beat all the best defenses in the game easily. Whether it's the best run Ds, we can beat them. The best blitzes, we can block them and dot them up. The best coverages, we can attack them with great route combos. This offense will work in any game mode, whether you play regs, Madden Ultimate Team, franchise, whatever, it's going to work great. We have very unique route combos. We have bomb plays over the top for one-play touchdowns. We truly have it all. I love this offense, and if you guys are looking to get better on offense, you will want to run this scheme as well. I can promise you that. So what we're going to be looking at is the single back doubles north. It's out of the Vikings playbook that I personally use it. I'm going to look at my audibles first, and then we're going to go from there. So my four audibles, I really run four plays. I run the dive, the stretch. Those are my two runs. And then for my pass plays, I run receiver corner and PA inside cross. Those are the four plays I run. Don't really run any other plays. We did already break down, like I said, the stretch. But I want to do a brief overview of how good this run game is. And I will, in the comments, pin the video that I broke down the stretch in full detail, but I'm just going to go over it really quickly for the guys that missed it, and also the dive, and then we're going to get into the passing plays, which is really what I want to focus on. Now, before we do that, I do want to remind you guys to please hit the subscribe link in the corner of the video. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss out when our videos go live. It really helps support us and allows us to keep doing these videos for you guys. And in the meantime, if you want even more great Madden 20 tips, you can check out sportsgamers.com for the best Madden 20 tips and ebooks. If you're looking to get better on offense or defense, we got you covered. So let's start with this stretch, and then we're going to look at the dive. But like I said, the pass game is really what I want to focus on. But this run game is extremely effective. One thing I'll say is this formation stretch and dive are both top-notch. You don't really normally find too many formations that have a top-notch stretch or dive. Normally the dive is better than the stretch, or the stretch is better than the dive. I promise you guys, this formation, the stretch and the dive are both really, really good. Now the stretch, the reason why I like it is you can attack all the meta run defenses really easily with this motion I'm about to show you guys. Now remember, I will pin in the comments the full breakdown of this if you want it in more detail, but just really quickly, guys, the stretch, you can playmaker to the left or the right by flicking the right analog stick either to the left or the right, whichever way you want to run. This is really good because now they have to be in balanced run Ds. Now, this 3-5 wide with spine to safeties is a very common run D, and we can easily tack it, and many other run defenses in the game with this motion I'm about to show you. So if you motion this right receiver to the left and snap the ball right about here, the blocking on this play is just super glitchy. As you guys can see here, I'm easily able to get to the outside with ease. Now, believe it or not, this same motion actually works on the dive too, which I'm going to show you in a second here. But that right there will pretty much make them stop playing the 3-5 wide run defense with spine the safeties. And then, you'll start to see other defenses. Now, you might start to see edge blitz or storm brave from 3-4 odd. These are very good run defenses that are basically predicated on the fact that safety's in the box. But because this stretch has good blocking to both sides of the field, we have two receivers on the left, and then we have our tight end and receiver on the right. You can run it either way. So basically, you just want to, when you face a run defense like this, look to see which side the safety's in the box. The safety's in the box on the right here, and run the other way. So since he's in the box on the right, I'll playmaker to the left. No motion even required. Snap the ball, and as you guys can see here, really good blocking. It's just a simple matter of making the safety miss. If you do, it's going to be a touchdown. If not, you still got really, really good yardage. Now, you can even use that same motion I just showed you guys, against the 3-5 wide, against man defense, against zone here. So this actually, it will work on cover 4, cover 2. Just in general, it's a really, really, really good motion you can use. I'm going to show it against the cover 4 run defense a lot of people like from the 3-4 odd. Now, this is the cover 4 drop. Everybody runs this. It's a good run D, but this motion does a great job against it as well. Again, snap it right about there between the guard and the tackle, and you guys are going to see, those safeties that are over aggressive, they get pinned inside, and we're able to easily get to the outside. So that's the effectiveness of the stretch. But like I said, this dive is super good too. So how good the stretch is, you might see people be a little hesitant to start pinching their D-line or keep pinching their D-line, and that's when the dive comes into play. So we have the dive in our audibles. We can simply audible to it, And, without a pinch D line, you're going to get a nice 4 to 5, 6 yards minimum. This time you can see I fell forward and got even more than that. But I will tell you guys right now, this dive is so glitchy with the motion I just showed you on the stretch. It is crazy. I'm about to do it just now so you can see it. That receiver will actually act as a lead blocker when you do the same motion I just did, just like this. As you can see, snap it right about there. And he's going to lead block, and now we have another guy out there. Now, one thing I want to say about this dive is if you have any stick at all, you're going to love this dive because the way this formation is aligned, you can see we have the two receivers in tight on the left, but then we have the tight end and receiver over here on the right, and when we motion the receiver, we create a trips look on the left in tight, but then on the right, there's nobody over here. So what this does is it allows you to basically cut any way you want. You can, just go straight up the middle like I did here, but if you have stick, and you see them overplaying one way or the other, you can definitely cut it outside right. And because these receivers are in tight left, you can definitely cut it outside left too. And you'll get a lot of huge runs. Like I said, if you have stick skill, I'm going to be honest with you, my stick is not the best. I'm getting older, man. I'm not as young as I once was, and my reflexes aren't as quick as they used to be. But even I can do a good job with this run. So I promise you guys, if you have stick, you will love this dive. Because as you guys can see here, I didn't do it here. I just went up the middle. But look, this is very easy to cut outside for a big run. Look at all this room. That could be a crib shot. So you guys can see how good this run game is. It is lethal. Now, the passing game is really what I wanted to focus on in this video because it is so good. I have my 2 money plays. I'm going to show you guys my setups here in a second. I have 1 play touchdown setups. I have, setups that we can just attack with route combos to beat different coverages, and I have blitz beaters too with max protection. So I really have it all. But I do want to tell you guys, kind of focus on, before we get into the setups, the abilities that you might want to use if you play MUT. So first off, if you don't play MUT, if you play regs, I would probably use this with the Niners. I just love the Niners team. First off, they have a great defense, but their offense fits this offense really well. They have fast running backs to run the ball. And they have speed at receiver, and then also they have Kittle, who you can move around to different spots on the field and get extra hot routes. So they really have everything you're looking for. Now, this is a unique offense because a lot of offenses out there to pass the ball are kind of predicated on rolling out. I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of these setups, you don't have to even roll out. There's just some crazy route combos I'm about to show you. Now, that said, if you do play MUT and you can customize your abilities, what I would recommend doing is obviously getting a golden ticket quarterback so you can have the Deadeye, Escape Artist, and Hot Route Master and all that. Whoever golden ticket quarterback you have, whatever. I like RG3 personally. That's my preferred quarterback. I think most people would say the same, but whatever floats your boat. Now, past that, I like to have 1 receiver ability. Normally I like the guy in the slot to be that receiver, post flag elite, streak specialist. You might put a slot-o-matic, receiver playmaker ability, whatever you like. Now, what I would really say, though, is, and this is kind of a must to me if you're going to run the scheme, put an ability on your running back and, I would get human joystick. I would probably get, if you're like a armbar guy or you're like more of a jukebox guy or spin guy, whatever move you like to utilize, get that. You can get the blocking abilities to give you better blocking too. That's just up to you, but that's how I would do it. Anyways, let's get into the passing setups. I want to first break down receiver corner. This is my favorite play in the formation. I have a lot of setups from this play alone. Now, I'm going to show you guys a bomb you can do from any play before we get into the actual setups. But this is a cover 3 bomb, and this can actually be done from any play. And it's super easy. We're just going to make sure that our lone receiver split out wide is on the wide side of the field. I'm going to max protect. I'm going to put that receiver on a smart routed out route. And I'm going to streak both of the receivers on the left. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my protection to allow me to roll out if I want to the wide side of the field. And I'm going to motion this guy over and snap the ball right when he passes the tight end. What's going to happen is, you guys are going to see, it's going to make that corner play the out route. And then the safety's going to sit in the middle of the field, because he has 2 streaks and he doesn't know which one to defend. And you don't necessarily have to roll out in regs to throw this, but in MUT, where there's 99 speed defenders everywhere, you probably will want to roll out. You can see here, I do roll out, and the corner, he's not dropping back far. The safety's in the middle of the field because he has 2 streaks, So at this point, I just lead this pass up and to the sideline, click on rack catch it. Sanders is fast, but not the fastest, and it's a touchdown. So that's a one-play touchdown you can do against cover 3 from any play in this formation. I just want to show that quickly, but now I want to get into my kind of bread and butter money plays. So, my money plays are, like I said, we're going to run receiver corner, and we have many setups from this. So first of all, I want to show you guys how I run it against someone playing cover 2. I will tell you guys 9 times out of 10 when I run this offense that I am basically playing 3-4 odd, cover 2, or cover 4 every play, or a mixture of the two. I might get a guy who wants to play 3-5 wide, double safety spy run D, but as soon as he sees I can beat that, he's out of that. Then I might get a guy who plays cover 3, but as soon as he sees I can bomb him for a one-play touchdown easily, and it's kind of dotted up, he's out of that too. So I'm going to get, I would say, cover 3-4 odd, cover 2, cover 4, 90% of my games, the majority of the game. And that's probably what you're going to face too. So you need to have plays to attack these coverages. So with this play, guys, there's different setups I run. But this corner route is really good. It destroys cover 2. You don't even need to roll out. It just gets wide open. For this, I prefer to have the 2 receivers that are lined up in tight to be on the wide side of the field for this play. And I'm going to first go over how to beat cover 2. So against cover 2, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this guy on the post. Again, that's where your receiver should be that has the extra hot routes if you don't have a hot route master. And then I'm going to slant this receiver, and I'm going to motion him in. I'm going to do the little motion slant with him. So motion him in about 2 steps, snap the ball. I want you guys to watch this corner route, how open that gets. Normally, to get it, a lot of corner routes on this game don't get open like that without rolling out. That's why I really love this offense, is because if you're someone who plays that doesn't have escape artist and you have to stay in the pocket more, you can run this offense because you don't have, like most of the plays, you do not need to roll out at all. You guys can see this corner out is going to get naked on the sideline, and it's just an easy toe tap. I mean, that's not even close to being covered. We can consistently do this all game long. But that's not it, guys. That's just one very simple read. But if they go manly guard your corner out, that's completely fine because you guys can see here, again, with our post and our motion slant, that's going to give us 2 money reads on this play because one of them's always going to be open. All right, you guys can see there, that's an easy dot. I just basically see which one they use her because whichever one they don't use her is going to be wide open. The reason for this is this flat will occupy the flat zone. So now I just have to look at the user and see who they guard. The motion slant's going to get underneath all these zones. So really, unless the user guard it, it's going to be there pretty much every time. Like, I could throw this, but I just threw it to the post just to show you how easy it is. So I really had 3 people open on the play because as you guys see, the corner out would also be open as well. So this is cover 2 shredder, guys. There is no way in the world they can play cover 2 against this setup. It's just not going to happen. The corner route's too good. We have the motion slant and then the post working with the flat route. It's pretty much a wrap. So that's how I run this play if they're playing cover 2. Now, if they're playing cover 3 or cover 4, there's a different way I like to run this play. So first of all, I'll tell you guys, you can actually bomb cover 3 from this setup as well with that I'm about to show you. And it is to put the slot on the corner and to streak this receiver right here, streak the tight end, and then I like to do a motion, smart routed in route to this receiver on the outside. The reason why I do this is, guys, I motion this guy a lot, and I'll mix up having him on the in route, the slant, and actually that circle route that's on this play stock. I'm about to show you guys how glitchy that route is in a second. But first I want to show you guys, you can actually bomb cover 3 on this side of the formation as well. So as you guys can see here, just like that, super easy, and that's a touchdown. So I'm going to break down what happened in the instant replay. But basically, guys, if they do not deep half that side of the field with that cornerback on the left, what's going to happen is that corner route is going to pull him down. See how he's coming down? And again, the same thing that we did on the first bomb. The safety has 2 streets to guard in the middle of the field. And, when you roll out and get this throw angle, and I don't even have an escape artist here, but, I'm just able to roll out well enough. I mean, Jimmy G, he doesn't have escape artist, but he can roll out decently enough. Just throw it on the run, lead it up and to the left to the sideline, rack catch it, it's going to be a score. And like I said, you don't really have to roll out. It's just, it might. when everyone's 99 speed on defense basically now, you definitely will want to roll out so you can bomb easier. But, this play, I mean, truly speaking, does not rely on the bomb because the setup I just showed you guys, there's going to be plenty of people open. So if we do the exact same setup, you're going to see this corner route is going to get naked. And if they manly go run and guard the corner route, which they might do, right? They very well might. That's fine because, we're going to have the in route that we motion. So let's say that they take one of these hook zones that they're supposed to be using and go ahead and guard our corner route that's going to get over the top of the flat zone defender. But then underneath, you guys can see I still had the touchdown again. But even though I had the touchdown again, the corner route still worked too, but underneath the deep zone. So if they take one of those hook zones over the middle to go guard it, that's why I have the in route. The other thing is that if they take a hook zone over the middle to go guard it, I can even throw one of the seam streaks. So they're never going to be able to go manually play the corner out themselves because as soon as they do, I'll just throw it over the middle. Now, guys, another thing I want to tell you is this route to the receiver by default, this C route is literally unstoppable. Guys, if you motion this against any defense but cover 2, motion them in about 2 steps, snap the ball, this gets open against everything. Literally, if you lowball it, and you can even do it against cover 2, to be honest, it's just harder. That if you lowball it right in that open pocket, that beats every defense out there, guys. It is super glitchy, and they're going to have to use that too. So now they have to use this motion C route. They have to use it to corner route. They don't know if we're even going to have this guy in the C route, the in route, or the slant route. And then at the same time, we can bomb them for one-play touchdowns when they're in cover 3. I mean, I want to just show you guys how good the C route is when you motion it. It is truly unstoppable. It can beat man or it can, like I said, it can beat any zone, but I would stay away from it against cover 2 just because that corner route is so good against cover 2. There's really no point of throwing it, but it beats man, cover 3, cover 4, whatever. The only one it's a little iffy on is cover 2, but I mean, if you master it, you can really still lowball it in there even against cover 2. Now, cover 4, the same thing's gonna happen. It's gonna get wide open against cover 4. Even if they press their corners, it doesn't matter. It's super glitchy. So they have to basically use all areas of the field almost we're able to attack. So you guys can see how good that is. I also want to show you guys that this corner route will even beat this cover 4D very easily, even against pressed zones. So you guys are going to see the same exact route combo. And by the way, you can still do the motion in route. And if you need to, on this play, you actually can max protect and block the running back and the tight end so you can easily beat the blitz if necessary. But as you guys can see, this corner route is going to easily beat cover 4. It's going to be open on the sideline for the easy catch. And the same thing, guys. You're seeing I don't need to roll out. I mean, obviously I can, but I don't have to. And at the same time, if they do go manly guard this corner route, I can easily just throw the motion in route, or, like I said, I could do the setup with the C route as well. But this is a better max protect setup right here. Guys, it's wide open every single time on that sideline. Now, like I said, if they are going to blitz us, it's completely fine. We can easily block the running back and the tight end, max protect. And when I'm playing guys that want to run this defense, right, where they're just blitzing the crap out of me. Again, basically it depends if they're playing cover 2 or cover 4 or cover 3. If they're playing cover 2, I'm doing the motion slant or the in route. If they're playing cover 3 or cover 4, I'm going to mix it up, but the C route is unstoppable. So I like to go ahead and I always like to ID when they're in the 3-4 odd, by the way, when I max protect the Mike as the outside linebacker on the right, just because sometimes that guy gets glitchy. I don't want that. So you guys can see here against this blitz, I mean, they're going to get absolutely killed. They're going to have to manly guard that, and then the sideline for the corner route too. There's no way in the world they can do that. Now, if they want to switch it up to blitz out of cover 2, they're going to be in trouble as well, because as soon as they do that, I can do the first setup I showed you guys, if you guys remember that, for the cover 2, and just max protect out of it, which was basically max protect, and then just do my, I can do my post with my motion slant or the in route. But basically this corner route is going to get so naked, it gets behind the cloud flat. We're going to max protect, ID the mic as this guy over here on the right of the screen, and then I'm going to do my post with my motion slant. This is going to make them respect the middle of the field, and if I have time, I can definitely hit that corner route that's going to get over the cloud, but if I don't have time, I can hit the slant or the post over the middle. Basically, whichever one they don't use her, because first of all, the post is a little bit deeper than the slant, and then the slant, he's coming to the left, whereas the post, he's coming or running towards the right. So they cross each other up. So, they're obviously not going to be able to use her both. So, just a very good play overall. That's why it's my favorite play from the formation because, like I said, I have so many different variations that are going to beat everything out there. I have bombs, blitz beaters, and then coverage beaters as well. Now, the other play, like I said, that's in my audibles is this PA inside or cross play. So this is honestly a play I just keep in my back pocket for cover 2. It's the PA inside cross. I mean, yes, I can run it against other formations and coverages. Well, other coverages, really. You can run against any coverage, honestly. But I like to keep it in my back pocket for cover 2 because this X receiver's route is an absolute laser. I'm talking about dart. Like, it's basically a one-play touchdown against cover 2. Now, all you have to do is block the running back just because I don't like the play action. And you could literally run it stock, but I'm going to show you guys a better way to run it in a second here. But you guys are going to notice that this guy is going to break open, and it's not even going to be close. It's, to me, a better cover 2 beater than the first play because of how big of a play this truly is. Now, a lot of times you're going to be able to turn this upfield and score, but even if you don't, I mean, this is as I'm probably going to score here, this is just an absolute beam. I'm talking about dart, huge play against cover 2. And it's just literally the route. The route is so glitchy, it is crazy. Look how it cuts, like, kind of like a upfield at an angle, like, to the inside, but then how it breaks this back out at such a hard angle, and they're not going to be able to catch you. I mean, again, I don't have the fastest guy here. Sanders is okay, but we're turning upfield and get an easy touchdown. Now, anytime they're in cover 2, that's what we can go to. And this play actually works whether you have your receiver side of the formation on the wide side or the short side. So you guys can see, like, if we run it on the short side, it will still work. It still works, which is crazy. It works on the wide side or the short side. And the funny thing is, the short side is actually an easier throw for a quarterback to make because it doesn't have to travel as far across the field. So to be honest with you, it in a way is better on the short side because the throw is easier. Now, like I said, it doesn't really matter though. At the end of the day, you can run it, either way. But anyways, the way I prefer to run this play to give myself some other options is to just put my slot on the post, my tight end on a flat, and then I just leave this guy in the route he's already on. So, we could do a motion slant with him if we needed to, but, we don't have to. I mean, we can if we want, but the route he's on works pretty well, to be honest. So, when you do this setup, though, now you have reads over the middle. You have the motion slant that they basically have to use her. And then also we have the post, again, working with the flat. So, I mean, this setup will definitely work against any coverage because even if they're not in cover 2 and we can't utilize this receiver Sanders' crazy cover 2 beater, if they're not in cover 2, then we still have the flat post and then the motion slant. That route combo right there is going to work really good against any coverage out there. Obviously the motion slant and post are man beaters, but then like those 3 routes together just attack all the zones so well, they'll never be able to stop it. All right, so there you guys see I threw the motion slant. But, if they were to, take their user and, stand underneath it to where I couldn't throw it, then I could just hit the post. So that's the beauty of this play. If they want to go ahead, and I'll try to user myself to try to show you what I'm talking about. But, if they want to go ahead and try to stand underneath to use our motion slant, okay, fine. I'll just throw this guy right behind you, and it's an easy gain. So you guys can see that this offense, I mean, it has it all. It has answers for everything. You can stop any sort of blitz by, our max protect and still have great routes. We can attack all the coverages out there with ease with great route combos to just dissect them. We can go over the top against cover 3 for one-play touchdowns to both sides of the field. And we can beat all the meta run defenses out there. And the dive and the stretch are both amazing. Best thing about this is, again, this is an offense that necessarily doesn't really even need specific abilities. Only thing you really will want is the ability to put at least one of the receivers on the extra hot routes. But past that, you don't really necessarily need anything. But you can definitely take it to the next level if you play MUT by using the abilities I suggested. I hope you guys love this offense. I I love it. Like, it's so good, and people have not played against it, so they don't know what to expect or how to defend it. It's definitely a great offense. Again, this isn't the Minnesota Vikings playbook. If you guys like this scheme, man, show some love and smash that like button for me.